I'm just going to come out and say it. Some people have an easier time getting into business school than others. There, no beating around the bush, it's just the truth. My name is Bhavik, I'm the managing partner at Critical Square, and today we're going to be talking about how the applicant pool you belong to affects your application and your chances. There are four major components that help a school identify which applicant pool you fall into. Broadly speaking, their ethnicity/country of origin, your gender, your profession, and your age. Let's talk about the elephant in the room first, where you're from. If you're from Asia, you know you're fighting an uphill battle. There are a lot more of you applying than there are seats on the bus. And that means things like median GMAT and GPA, scores that schools publish, don't really apply to you. Those values for your applicant pool are much, much higher. I know that may not sound fair, but competition is stiff. On the other hand, if you're from an underrepresented country or region, then you experience the exact opposite. As schools look to build diverse classes, they may relax certain requirements in your favor. The same applies if you're an underrepresented minority within a country, and you're applying to a domestic program. So here in the US, African Americans, Native Americans, and Hispanics do tend to have a slight advantage. In other countries, such as India, there are sometimes seats allocated for disadvantaged segments of the population. So next up, gender. Business schools tend to have a lot more men in them, sometimes up to 80% of the class, and so schools want and need female applicants. Not only can this mean a higher acceptance rate across the board for females versus males, it also means schools will compete heavily for the best female applicants. Also important is your profession. The easiest way to parse out applicants is to put the consultants in one pile, the bankers in another, and so on. The height of your stack at a particular school can sometimes make your job a bit harder. After all, you need to stand out amongst hundreds of potentially equally qualified applicants. On the other hand, if you are a truly unique applicant, let's say you're a pro NFL player, then you're probably in a pool of, at most, a handful, if not attending a party of one. That's a powerful position to be in, because the diversity you bring to the class is valuable. But whether you're in a crowd of one or many, it always helps to come down to your story and your ability to convince a program of your fit and passion. Lastly, your age. For most full-time programs, if you're somewhere between 25 and 31, you're in the golden band and it won't work in your favor, but it won't be against you either. If you're younger or older, then you have a bit more scrutiny applied to your application to determine if you've really thought through why you need an MBA and why you need it now, and what you bring to the table as well. Some schools, such as Harvard and Stanford, also tend to prefer younger applicants. Age definitely factors in. So as you can see, many of the things you have very little control over can significantly impact your application and affect your chances. But knowing where you stand before you apply is an important first step to building an application and story that will help you stand out. So thanks for watching and good luck.